Buffets. Buffets. Buffets, or as they're called in Canada, buffets, don't look that up, just take my word for it, are frickin' gross. And I'm not just saying that because we're in the middle of a pandemic. I just never liked the idea of everyone sharing food with each other, grabbing things with their hands. And I know what you're thinking, but attaboy! People don't grab the food with their hands, they use utensils. And that's a good point. But what are they grabbing those utensils with? Exactly. Now, due to the current situation the world finds itself in, there's a good chance that buffets may never come back. So I wanted to look back and talk about my experiences with a dining style that may finally go extinct. And instead of having to tell my grandkids about it when I'm an old man, I can just show them this video. So, for my grandkids, a buffet is a system of serving meals in which food is placed in a public area where the diners serve themselves, usually with the added benefit that it's all you can eat. Growing up, going to buffets wasn't a normal family outing, but it was sort of a special treat. Well, I don't know if I would call it a treat since the food at buffets usually aren't the best. But it was a treat for my parents, since for one price we could eat as much as we wanted to, and to them, that's the ultimate in cost savings! And it wasn't just my parents that had that idea. Loads of people went to an all-you-can-eat buffet with the thought of gaming the system and getting more for their money. Now, if you go to an all-you-can-eat buffet, here's just a couple of the crazy weirdos you might find there. First things first, you got the take-home artists. This one's pretty self-explanatory. They try to take stuff home, usually not in the most subtle ways. Then you've got the balancer, aka the risk versus reward. Now, this one's my personal favorite. I mean, just something about watching how high they can go as they precariously try to make their way back to their seat without any of it falling is just perfection. Then you've got the one of everything. They just want it all. You've got the regretter. Ugh, I've been this guy one too many times. The veterans. Do I need to say more? And finally, the annoying children. Not regular kids. Oh no, not even close. These devil childs are a special brand of awful that seem to congregate around buffets like it's their natural habitat. For some reason. Together, I guess these six make the dining experience at All You Can Eat's just a little more special than it has any right to be. When I was a kid, my favorite place was Cece's Pizza. Yeah, the pizza wasn't the greatest, but you tell little chunky Attaboy that he could eat as much pizza as possible and he wouldn't care how it tasted. And can we talk about Cece's business model? They had all-you-can-eat pizza along with other things like dessert, and how much did it cost? $6. That's right, 6 single-dollar bills. Like Cece's. What? What were you thinking? Do you want to go bankrupt? I don't know how fat kids are in other countries, but here in America, one child could eat the entire store's pizza supply, and y'all giving that away for $6? Come on now, this is business 101. But I gotta admit, their brownies were... Actually, now that I think about it, they were just alright. As I started to grow older, I started to go to less and less all-you-can-eat buffets. I started feeling that if I wanted to eat food, I'd rather have good food than meh food. And I absolutely hated that feeling of bloatedness afterwards, just to be hungry again after like an hour. See, that's how they get you. Spoiler alert, it's all filler food. And one place stands above the rest for being notorious for having nothing but filler, gone after an hour food. All you can eat sushi. The mature stuff your face place. Now, for those of you who've never been, an all you can eat sushi place probably sounds amazingly gross, doesn't it? I mean, we're taking what's supposed to be delicately crafted food that can make you sick if prepared improperly, and here we are trying to scarf down as much as possible. But honestly, I was surprised by how nice the places and the food can be. The price for admission is much, much steeper usually than, say, CC's. Maybe like 20 to 30 bucks. And the food is actually well prepared. The atmosphere is often better, and the ordering system is completely different than the mad dash of grab and go. Basically, at the places I've been to, once you sat down, you get a magical little slip of paper that had every item on it, and then you spend around the next half hour arguing with your friends about what exactly to get and in what quantities, and then they just give it to you all at once. Want 12 sushi rolls? Go for it. You want 170 pieces of crab rangoon? Hey man, you do you. Want nothing but salted peas? I ain't gonna judge. Heck, you can even submit more of these pieces of paper while you're eating, and they'll just keep making more and more food. But there's a catch. A huge one. See, these places have a few strategies up their sleeves to make sure people don't just order thousands upon thousands of small little balls of fish and rice. First, of course, is that most pieces have way more rice than they reasonably should, meaning that once you keep eating, you'll feel full a lot faster. Second, and this one's the kicker, they charge extra for leftovers, and you don't get to take them home. This rule has led to many terrible situations for me and my friends. Let me tell ya. So there we were, maybe like 15 of us or so at some random sushi joint right by our college. There's so many of us, they put like 6 tables together just to have enough room. Anyway, we all order and everything is normal until we notice that there are a bunch of plates of edamame on our table. Someone asks, "What the frick is that?" And one guy chimes up that they are roasted peas and he loves them. So we got like 10 orders of it. No worries though. As long as he eats them, we're all good. Remember, we all have to pay for anything left behind. But there really wasn't that much, so no biggie. Except, the waitress comes back to our table and says that to thank us for our large party and the huge amount of money we just dropped on the buffet, we each get a complimentary order of, you guessed it, edamame. Guys, that was 15 orders of edamame that just got dropped on us all at once. We all kind of just stopped eating for a second and looked down in disbelief at the now 25 bowls of edamame scattered around the table. Ugh. After death-glaring the guy who ordered all the edamame, we asked the waitress if they counted towards the leftover policy, and she said yes, guys, we had to finish all the edamame, and there was only like 30 minutes before the place closed. There was just way too much food left on the table. We all knew what we had to do. So we each ate as much of those devil peas as we could, and the rest, we drained down the store's toilet. I know what you're thinking. It was evil to waste food like that. And yes, it was. I'm as disappointed in myself as much as you are. But there was no other way to finish. And since it's already been ordered, it was going to get thrown out anyway. Also, if we paid for it, well, it's about $1 fee for every piece left behind. So that would have been about, let's see, 8 pieces of edamame times 25 orders. That's $200! Nuh-uh! Not doing that. You know, I've since sworn off sushi all-you-can-eat places, and I wouldn't recommend them anymore. The food's good, but the feeling of regret after dumping pounds and pounds of salted peas down the toilet, it's just not worth it for me. Although, talking about it now, maybe I could go for another round again. Go to hungry jail.
Man, buffets are nasty, man. Seriously, once I saw a kid like sneeze into the buffet table, and that was it. That was the end. I never went after that ever again. Maybe I should have made a video about that. But I don't know. Something about grabbing all the food. You know, everybody has access to the food. It's pretty gross. Maybe I'm just really sensitive to these kind of things. What do you guys think? Am I totally off base here with my hatred for buffets? Let me know in the comments. And if you've got any stories, oh man, dude, let me know. I would love to hear them. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much. That really means a lot to me. If you like the video, why not subscribe for more, nonsense that I post? Or you can come hang out with me on Twitter. I don't have a lot of followers. In fact, I have none. But, you gotta start somewhere, right? Anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks.